What is going on, guys? My name is Lextasy and this is an intro to an intro because this was supposed to be a one-day video, but as this whole scenario, this whole situation unraveled, there's a lot of stuff that happened pretty much the next day, which is now. So there's still stuff that we're finding out. We're still waiting for police to show up to do an investigation on some of the things we found in the car. It is an unbelievable story, guys. This is like, I'm still running on 1 hour of sleep. Without further ado, guys, let's get this video going. Pay attention to everything happens. Every clip is pretty much important because it kind of shows you the process of how everything went down. And then I'm going to fill you guys in at the end of the video of exactly what else we found today and this day. Watch this video, enjoy it. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, because I honestly feel like this stuff right here, man, you just can't make it up. This real world stuff, man. You want to run a business, this is what some things that can happen and things you got to put up with. So enjoy. What's going on, guys? My name is Lextasy. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to take you at what, 12:30 at night, midnight. I have a feeling there's going to be a repo. We're going to be stealing one of our cars back because you know that feeling I told you guys about that you get when you know something's not adding up from the start. I had that feeling, even though this is a one-day rental, stuff was not matching to the story from the beginning. But I have a feeling they're not going to be returning it, especially since there is no response from the renter, which I don't even think is driving the car. So there's a lot of things not adding up. So right now we're just going to do a little quick drive by. It's about 20 minutes away just to see where the car is, because it's been doing all day very shady things that I've never seen done before. This one is parked at random gas stations for a few hours at a time. And they always keep coming back to this one car wash as well and hiding behind it. So we're about to drive by there and see what's going on, guys. So I'm gonna bring you along. I don't know what's gonna happen. Now, if it's all good and they bring the car back an hour and a half, then, you know, you won't see this video because it'll just be dumb. But I have a feeling that it's gonna be a little more than that. So without further ado, guys, first things first, do you see the road that we're on right now? You see the speed limit says 35 miles an hour. They were literally doing over 100 miles an hour on this road, literally maybe an hour ago on the way to the car wash that they're parked behind. So they've been doing it. I think this was like the third time that they did it. And I keep saying they because I don't know if it's her that's actually renting or not. I have a feeling it's not her. But like, this is not the place to do it. The car is the 2021 Toyota Corolla. Like, this thing is like a 2.0 liter. It could barely get up to 60 miles per hour. So to push that car to do 100 miles an hour, it's like, dude, what? Someone's not in the right mind. So we're gonna drive by here. The car wash, I think you can see the lights up top right there, is on the right side. And the reason they're behind it, I know why, and that's because it's literally hard to see anything behind the car wash because it's on the hill. So I am wondering, and I think I see the lights, man. I think it's parked literally in the bays for the car wash itself. So, well, no, that's not the car. Yep, it's behind there, but the lights are on, brake lights are on, so they're literally chilling in the car. So literally have been there for over an hour and a half now. Again, I can't just pull up on them. First off, the reservation is not done, and secondly, I don't want them to know that I have trackers on them. But the fact of the matter is, now I know that they're not just parking the car for an hour or 2 hours. They're actually sitting in the car. And did you see those two more cars there as well that were parked in the base? It literally just stopped raining here. I don't know who washes their car that late at night, and especially when it just rained. But stuff is not adding up, guys. There's a lot of shady stuff going on. I'm by myself, so as you can tell, nobody's sitting with me, so I'm not about to take any big risks. This sucks, man. Like, why do people have to be like this? So yeah, it's definitely parked in the back. They're doing something. It's almost like they're vacuuming, but I don't think everybody's vacuuming this late in the night, man. Something ain't right. So let's go ahead and park up. So the reservation is until 2 a.m. I think. So technically after 2, if they don't return it back, I have to wait 30 minutes before I can call Turo and then tell them, hey, they're running late, they're not returning the car. And then they can actually take pretty much, I guess you could say, legal action. I can go ahead and get my car back and report it as late return or not returned at all. So it's a long process. So I have like an hour and a half of just literally chilling around, hoping it comes back. That would be like the best case scenario. But if it doesn't, I forgot I own like 3 Toyotas, so I have like 3 spare keys, and I forgot to tag the second keys. So I don't even know if I grabbed the right key for the car. So if I didn't, I'm completely screwed, and we'll just have to get my buddies to come and repo the car at some point tonight or something. We'll figure it out. But right now, let's get some fuel and go from there. I'm just sitting here at a gas station, just killing time, and you get to see some weird stuff at 1:14 in the morning. I'm not sure what they're doing here. Pouring something out. Anyways, weird stuff goes on out here, man. I just want to get my car back. Bro. God dang it, man. No. What did he hit?
It informed it well, bro.
Yeah, holy shit. What did he hit? Oh my god. God dang it, dude. Now there's a chase. Dude, I'm so glad we're calling the cops though. I got a tracker so we know where it's at. Holy crap, guys. I am freaking shaking. We just stole the car because the cops would not do anything, man. Oh, holy mother. We got the car back. It is full of his stuff. I don't know what's in here. They said something about a gun being in here, so I'm a little worried, but I don't know. I don't think he thought we would find him again. Oh my god, thank you for the freaking amazing friends, man. This is insane, guys. So we're gonna pull over where our meeting spot is and we'll talk. All right, guys. I am still shaking. Pulled over in a place so I can... Oh god, he destroyed this car. Jesus. He cracked the headlight. Wow, look at this. That, I think we can buff out most of it. We can probably pop this clip back in. You know what, guys? I might have came out a little better than I thought. This can be... Yeah, we can replace some of these parts. I think that's a plastic piece of the grill. There's a lot of damage there. Golly, but luckily the truck has like nothing, no damage at all. We're gonna talk about it at the end of the video, guys. We're gonna talk about it right now. I'm leaving the car here for tonight. I'm getting picked up on the truck just away from everything so I can get some parts ordered tomorrow, but he left everything in here. Special glue, I don't know what that is. A bunch of Fruit Loops food in here, a bunch of stuff in here, energy drinks. No idea. Oh, it's a... Oh god. Oh, that's a scale. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay, I need to go wash my hands. He left the keys, which is weird. When he dropped the car, he left the keys, so I don't know what that means. Look at all this garbage in here. It's like he was living from this car. Yeah, he was not gonna bring this car back, guys. It's like he got kicked out or something, or evicted, and he's just planning to live in it. Oh my god, all his stuff is in here. Well, he's got nothing to live off of now. Well, this is what you deal with when it comes to rental companies. And by the way, nothing happened to him. They didn't even chase him, didn't even get him, they didn't do anything to him. He's just gonna get a ticket for failure to return a vehicle. That's it, even though he almost hit 6 police officers and everything else. So all right, guys, so I just got a notification that the freaking air tag was in the car. So this dude was tagging the car too, man. So we got to break this thing. Now I can't even leave the car here. That's crazy, bro. So he was tagging it. What is that?
It's a safe.
Break it.
I don't know. These are hard to break.
So it's not a gun though, right? Because they were saying he had a gun and everything.
No, not a gun.
See, now I can't even freaking leave. Aaron, dude, you the man, bro. It was his idea to call the cops, at least to get him involved. At least I got some change out of him, so there's a little bit of pocket change in here. But tomorrow, guys, we're gonna grab the car, clean it, because it literally goes out. It's what, 3 in the morning? It goes out at 10:30 at night. So I'm gonna do the best to fix this damage, get it looking as presentable as I can, and get it back on the road, and go from there. And I'm so happy this truck took it. This is what got smacked, and look at that, nothing. A little bit of scratches here, luckily nothing even on the paint, so we got really lucky. This truck took a beating. It's like freaking, I don't know, 4 in the morning. I just made it back to the house. Everybody's sleeping, kids are sleeping, wife is sleeping. I'm just gonna summarize everything that just happened. So I was waiting for my friends because I was sitting there, I was like, you know, the more I think about it, I seen 2 cars there plus him. I don't know who they are. Clearly I'm outnumbered at this point, and it's a bad situation for me to just roll up on them. So I messaged in our group chat that we have with my friends. I was like, hey man, anybody around? I know it's 2 in the morning. Anybody want to stop by and help me get my car back? Well, my buddy Aaron and my buddy Vitaly, straight OGs, man. I've known these guys for years, but like, yo, we're there. Let's go. Let's do this. They pull up, and I sent Vitaly out to kind of scope it out. So he literally went to the car wash, parked there, was pretending like he was, you know, washing his car, vacuuming, doing all that. So kind of, you know, blended in. He was sending us videos and pictures of like, yo, there's no chick here. There's no woman driving this car. There's some dude in there, and another 2 guys, and they're talking about the good stuff. I was like, hey man, it's 2 o'clock. It's pretty much 2 o'clock. It's time. We got to get this car back. Its reservation ended. Clearly it's not coming back. So Vitaly Tally was like, hey man, this dude's just passed out in your car. He's clearly sleeping with the car on. So Aaron is driving to meet me at my truck at that parking where we're waiting. And he's like, hey man, he called me. He was like, dude, I talked to a friend, a police officer as well from where we're at. And he was like, man, it's a good idea for you to call in 911, but the non-emergency number, and tell him like, hey, just so you know, so-and-so, us 3 people in this vehicle are going to go and get a car that's not being returned. So if you hear anything or if something goes down, please, that way they know to respond quicker. He actually ended up calling him, and the conversation went into like, well, what's going on with the guy? What's he doing? And Vital was like, yo, this guy's passed out, man. He's barely responsive. So they're like, well, you know what? Yeah, you guys can go out there. We'll send out a medical unit as well. But I guess when the medical unit rolls out, so does one police officer as well, which was perfect because we roll out, we park, we block him in, and we just step out the truck. And I can see him like he's leaning over the steering wheel, passed out, sleeping. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's breathing or not. Aaron said he probably was. So the cop pulls up to the window. Of course, you guys seen the video, right? They start knocking. The dude finally wakes up, realizes like, oh crap, this is going down. He locks the door. So the car was unlocked. But as soon as the cop knocked on the window, he locked the door. I wish he didn't do that. I wish they grabbed the door. But when they did that, of course, 10 other cops showed up. And they're like, hey man, look, just step out the car. It's not a big deal. Let's just figure this out. Like, I'm not doing it. And then he started putting his hands on the steering wheel, putting his hand on the steering wheel, and then he put it in drive, smacked the back of the truck, which as you guys can tell is fine. So that's okay. He took off, right? I'm getting notifications that he's doing like 70 miles an hour on these back roads. Now, from the video, you can tell the police didn't like take off, right? You would expect like, hey, this is a traffic stop. The dude is evading a traffic stop. He literally almost ran over like 6 people, smacked the car. You would think they'll run to the cars and just take off after him. Nothing happened, right? The dude takes off. I'm like, oh my God, I stopped recording because I turned, I was like, oh, we're about to, chase him down. They're all going to go. So what's the point? And then I turned the camera back on because nothing happened. Nobody took off. Nobody's doing anything. So I went up to him and I was like, hey man, I actually have a tracker. I know exactly where he's going. He's doing like 80 on the back roads. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, just step over there, step back there. We'll talk to you. I'm like, what? Like, we know where the car is at. Nobody's going to go get it. I mean, the person driving it is not the lady that's renting it. And so we stand there for, I swear, probably 20 or 30 minutes. Again, I'm not bashing the police. I know they have rules, especially these days. Those rules are strict of what they can and can't do. So I was on the phone with my Turo, with the insurance company. They're like, hey, you need to get a police report that the vehicle was stolen because clearly you told us the lady is not the one driving it. You don't even know who's driving it. So at this point, reservation is done. You need to get the car back. We're going to escalate this to our trust and safety department or something like that. I was like, look, sounds great, but I'm not waiting hours or tomorrow till you guys respond and tell me that, hey, we'll get a police incident report going. I got to get the car. That's when we stepped in and started figuring out, hey, we're just going to go get the car ourselves. Anyways, going back to what happened. So I'm like, hey, I need a police report. And they're like, yeah, there is no really a police report. Like, I can't do a stolen vehicle because this is a civil matter. I hate hearing those words. I legitimately hate it. But he hit a car. He almost hit like 4 or 5 or 6 different people. And he's eluding you guys. This is a traffic stop that went wrong. Why is nothing being done? So when the guy came up, I was like, yeah, there's not really a stolen vehicle police report. Do you sure you want us to do that? Or do you want us to go find it? I was like, oh, okay, well, here's the address. So I was like, oh yeah, let me take a picture of it. So he takes a picture of the address where he went and parked the car at some apartment complex. And then he took a picture of the driver's license of the renter, which was clearly not him. He's like, oh, great, man, that's awesome. Thank you. I was like, oh, okay, so what's going on? I was like, oh, well, here's the incident report, and he's just going to get a ticket for improper return. I was like, what? The guy ran. He stole the car. Like, yeah, he didn't really steal it, so it's a civil matter. We can't do much about it. Here's the report. Awesome, thank you. So are you guys going to go to the address you took a picture of? He was like, I mean, if we drive by there and we find it, we'll let you know. By the way, what's your cell phone number? So he takes my cell phone number down, and I was like, okay, so what now? I was like, nothing. I mean, he said at this point, it is what it is. I was like, what? Like, this makes no sense. Like, there was 10 police officers here that seen what happened, and yet nobody's doing anything about it. This guy's literally running from you guys for a reason. There's so much drug activity in Asheville. I mean, you think you'd want to clean it up, and this is a perfect example of it. And so I was like, okay, so if you guys are, if you find it, great. But what if, can we go and get it? I mean, can we find, I know where the car's at, so you know where I'm going to head out. I legitimately was like, so you know where I'm heading after this, right? He's like, yeah, I mean, if you want to go get it, that's fine. Just be careful and be safe. Those were his words. Oh, by the way,
Turns out at some point they said something about he had a gun in the car. I didn't know, but they're telling me, oh, if you want to go get it, yeah, it's a civil matter. So yeah, absolutely, go grab the car, just be careful and be safe. Turn around and I was like, Aaron, get in the truck, let's go. I was like, where we're going? I was like, we're gonna go get the car, man. They literally said that they can't do anything about it, but we can go get it. Now this guy literally just kind of threw it into a corner parking spot. It was between two spots. I think he might have even, no, I don't think he hit a car, but he was really close to it. I thought I had a spare for it, but when I was trying to unlock it for the police so they can get in the car, it wasn't working. So I was like, maybe I grabbed it for the wrong Toyotas, but the car was on. And because the car was on, I can't use another remote to unlock or lock a car. We blocked this car in again, and I'm just pressing it, and it finally worked. I had one of the keys. I was like, oh my God, I was like, Aaron, I got the key. Let's go. And Aaron comes out, bro. This dude is straight OG. He was like, he comes out the truck. He's like, man, he might be one of these spots right here, man. I swear to God, if I see him, I'm gonna pop him. It was so crazy because we don't know. Like, we pull up into this apartment complex. He could be literally watching us. And clearly there's stuff in the car he didn't want the police to see, so he wouldn't want us to see. And so I was like, hey, I'm getting in the truck. I get in the car, I reverse, I peel out of there, and then you guys see what happens after. So this is probably the craziest story I've ever had or thing happened to me. So I am glad that Aaron said to call the police, because thinking back now, if we were to try to handle it ourselves, first off, if he did have a gun, clearly waking somebody up like that in the middle of the night, you know, blocked in. I mean, who knows what he could have done. I really was hoping that he wouldn't run. I think even in the video, I was like, dude, please, bro, just do the right thing. Not that he can hear me, but not trying to complain. I just have a damaged Corolla that probably will not get covered by Turo because of her deductible. And of course, the renter's not going to respond or pay for anything. So it's going to come out of my pocket. So welcome to the car rental life, guys.
You've seen the whole video. You've seen how it all went down. You've seen us get the car back and all the stuff that was in the car. So this is day number 2. Here's what's happened so far. It's been pretty much, like I said, about, you know, we got done at 5 in the morning. So it's been well over 12 hours that we've kind of been processing this. So we started looking over the car, man. There was so much stuff in that car. Things that we knew about or from previous night, like the little foil. So clearly was used for, you know, drugs and stuff like that or whatever, narcotics. I'm not going to say exactly which ones. I still don't have an idea and I'm not about to find out. We started getting an estimate together for the repairs. Now, bright and early in the morning, this renter out of nowhere decides to text me and act like completely has no idea what's going on, because she's like, oh my God, cannot believe the car was stolen. I just received your email from Turo telling me that the car was stolen. Did you get it back? It's like, what? You're supposed to be the only driver. What do you mean? Was the car stolen? Oh, and did you get it back? That makes no sense. You clearly knew what was going on. But anyways, from that point on, the situation, the conversation escalated quickly, where I'm sending a paragraph, she's sending a paragraph, I'm sending a paragraph, and she's completely trying to act like she's dumb. Like she has no idea what's going on. Tries to put the blame on me that I'm being difficult because I was like, hey, here's pretty much a $1,950 repair bill for the new bumper headlight, which is like $1,000 on these Corollas. All the accessories and trim pieces that are cracked, broken on the driver front side, plus paint job for the bumper and installation of all the parts. It comes out about $2,500. And she's like, first off, that seems too high. I want you to take it to a different body shop because I'm not paying until you do. Oh, and I'm not paying until you give me all the stuff in the vehicle back. And every paragraph after that she sent to me was talking about, hey, not doing anything, not paying you anything until you give my stuff back in the truck. I was like, hey man, or ma'am, whatever. I was like, look, I'll be more than happy to first off take down my review, 1-star review, for a good reason, because literally theft, narcotics, weapons, everything in the car, you know, police evasion. I mean, there's so much that went down that deserves a 1-star review. But I was like, I'll take it down if you're gonna pay the repair bill, and I'll go ahead and get this going because I need to get this thing back on the road. Again, she responds with, yeah, I'm not doing that until you give me my stuff. I was like, look, I will be more than happy to give it to you once the repairs are done, once the police show up, get rid of the narcotics in the car, and then they search everything, invest, everything looks good. I will meet with you in a public location with the police. I'll be more than happy to reach out and yeah, we'll meet up. That's totally fine. No, that's not how this is gonna go. This is not how we're gonna do it. Trying to act like she has any sort of position in the situation to be able to control how the car gets repaired. Everything is on her for the reservation. So whatever comes out of that car technically goes in her name, because not only the reservation was in her name. It don't matter who was the driver and who wasn't the driver, because when we found the car at the end, the driver was gone. Even though we know the face of him, but we don't know what was in the car he put or she put in there, so she's responsible for it. Either you paid the bill or I'm not talking to you. I have nothing else to say to you. Like, there's nothing for me to explain. Please, for the love of God, stop with the lies. Because she just kept saying, look, maybe some of the stuff in there was maybe yours and you forgot to clean it out. I was like, are you kidding me? We run a professional business. No, none of the stuff is in there. Now that you're actually trying to say half of the stuff or whatever is in there is mine, I have nothing to talk to you about. We finally get to the car. My body shop at Toyota was like, look, man, we'll just go ahead and start fixing stuff. I know you have a reservation at 10:30. We'll try to get you out the door, man. I'll try to replace the bumper, paint it, do everything to get it done, you know, just to help you out. Some parts are going to be missing. It's plastic, so we can replace it after the fact. And so while they were doing that, we started looking in the car like, man, why in every message is she talking about, I want my stuff back, I want my stuff back, I want my stuff back? It makes no sense. If somebody's dipping out, it looked like old clothes in there. I had no idea what was in there. I didn't open any bags. I didn't want to touch anything until at the end of the day, which should have been right about now. But unfortunately, things escalated from that point. So we start opening bags in there and we're finding tons of stuff, from brand new Nike Jordans. There's like 3 or 4 pairs of those, brand new, just car equipment, cleaning. So there's a lot of stolen stuff. I'm just going to be honest, that's what it is. And then I went back to work, and then I get a text from the body shop. It's like, hey man, you need to come down here right now. I was like, what's going on? I get there and they find I don't know anything about guns, but it's a 38. It's supposed to be a Glock, but it's not. It's a revolver gun, some sort. I forgot the brand of it. That's loaded with, I think, 2 or 3 cartridges or bullets in there, and 2 are missing. But that thing is loaded in a case in the trunk. So somehow we didn't check all of it or go in the back of it, but it was in there. So I'm like, dude, at this point, wait a minute. Like, I'm not doing anything on this car. Now there's a gun involved in there, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't know if it's hot, if it's stolen, if it's his or not his. I don't know who he is. I still don't know who the driver was, and I'd rather not touch anything, put my fingerprints on it. One of my friends decides to Google her name. He was like, look, man, who was the renter? Who was the name? So I give him the name, we'll type it in. And turns out 4 people on June 3rd of 2022, so what, a month and a half ago, got arrested for drugs, possession, firearms, possession of stolen firearms, evasion, or running away from cops. And one of them is the lady, and Dawn, I think is her name. And there's a picture of her. I'm like, oh my God, that's the first thing I see. And then I look, there's 2 black guys, and then there's one more guy in dead center in the middle of them, and that's the kid that was in the car. I mean, that face, like, I knew it, because I've been staring at him for 10 minutes when he was in the car trying to figure out to run or not to run. So I start looking at it, and he's actually wanted for arrest. I think his name's Nathan or something like that. So he's wanted. He's on the run. So she's been hiding him. She's been renting cars for him to keep him out of trouble or hiding away from the police. So that's why he lives in the car. So I called the police, and I was like, look, man, they had a number at the end of that whole article, like, hey, if you want to, you know, report any guns or drugs, call this number. I called that number at 3:50. It's 7 o'clock. It's been 3 hours and no police officer has called me. Nobody's asking. Nobody cares, because my goal was to get him to come out, take the weapon out of there, take the drugs or full whatever, just discard it, man. Because I don't want to drive that car. It's a risk for me, because just picking up from the apartments where he left it and driving it about 5 miles, if I was to get pulled over, all that stuff is coming back on me. It looks like I'm the criminal. I'm the one with drugs in the car, you know? So when I called him, I was like, look, man, can somebody come and get rid of all this stuff? Literally, the event happened last night, involves a person that's wanted. And they're like, yeah, I'll have a police officer call. Again, 3 hours. I have no phone call from anybody. And I had to cancel the reservation because my goal was to get rid of all the stuff, clean the car, get it ready by 10 p.m. I can't do that in 2.5 hours. There's no way. So I'm losing reservations. The whole situation is just sucks, man. Like, there's no urgency from the police department to do anything about this. I'm on the hook to get, you know, all the repair work done on the Toyota, to get new keys reprogrammed, and the key I have reprogrammed, and shut his key off. There's a lot that has to happen in order to pretty much, I guess you can say, erase from memory everything that's happened. So it's very unfortunate. I don't know. I guess all the stuff that I have, those shoes, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Sell them, junk them, whatever. I don't know if they're worth much, but at this point, guys, I want to get the car back on the road, get it renting, and move on with my life. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, guys, it's Mr.Davidchuk. Dude, you're missing out so much, because I post stuff pretty much every day, and this has been posted already when it was going down. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in my life. But all right, guys, you thought we were done? Yeah, no, I did too, believe it or not. But this is update number 3, and it's getting freaking crazy right now. So we literally just talked, what, a few hours ago? I think it's like 9:30 at night. 2 hours ago, We were talking about everything that was happening. One part I forgot to mention is why we really called the police today multiple times in the evening is because we found an article about him and her, the one that rented the car and the one that was driving the car, plus another 2 people that were involved in like this homicide situation, shooting, death, stuff like that. So we're like, all right, man, we're messing with some crazy people. We got to get cops and get this gun and everything out of the car. 30 minutes later, I get a phone call from Officer Kyle, and he was like, hey, man, were you the one involved in stuff that happened last night? I was like, yeah, man, the whole thing, yeah, it's been a cluster, dude. Like, I'm beyond pissed off about the situation. He was like, dude, where's the car at? And I was like, it's at the body shop, man. We're getting it fixed up. It was like, has anybody done anything inside? Where's the stuff? It was like, I need to see that car right now. I was like, all right, well, I mean, I'm 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away. I was like, all right, I'll meet you there. I'll explain everything, but I need to see the car. And so I was like, all right, man, finally something, man. Somebody's interested in this situation. So I get there, and Officer Kyle, I'll post a picture up here of pretty much him at the car. But he was like, all right, man, so first off, did anybody file any reports? I was like, no, dude, I tried to get a stolen vehicle report. We tried to do all kinds of reports, but they kept saying it's civil matter, civil matter, civil matter. Nobody wanted to do anything besides do an improper return, which again does not fit the criteria of what happened. It's like, all right, man, let me just start looking at the car. Let me figure that out, and then we'll go from there. So he found the firearm, he found the scales, he found the paraphernalia and the film that was on the driver door. He took all that, he looked through everything else. I was like, hey, man, the rest is yours. You can keep it. There's some fireworks in there, the ones that go up in the big booms, so that's pretty cool. I get to get some new stuff, a lot of cleaning supplies, all brand new. So a bunch of stuff that he stole from all over the place. I was like, hey, we're not interested in that. We are interested in where he was, so I showed them the trackers everywhere that he drove, every place he's been at. For 4 months now, they've been chasing him. And so what they said is when their shift started today, literally a few hours ago, they reviewed the body footage because everybody was interested in this situation. They don't get a lot of stuff like this that goes down, but this was insane. The officer came up to the window and was talking to the guy. He asked him, what is your name? And he said, Nate. And he said, when we heard that, dude, we lost it, because it was like, dude, that's the guy. We've been looking for this dude. How is nobody doing anything about it? He's like, that dude should not have left the scene, you know? So we had a long conversation about it. He was like, dude, it sucks, man. We could have got him. That could have been it. That would have been the guy. So, and again, if somebody would have came with us and realized where this is at and where Dawn was staying at her house, that's literally walking this, they could have got him. They could have got both people at the same time. There's at least 5 charges to 6 charges of things that should have been wrote up from last night that didn't. I'm gonna do it right now because he was like, this dude needs to be in jail after everything that he's done. And you know, I do feel better, right? I feel better that somebody finally took me serious for the situation. Love Officer Kyle, man. You are literally the man. Like, seriously, there's always a bad apple in every basket, in every job, in every career field, but there's usually a lot more good apples, man. In this case, the stuff is being served, man. Justice being made. I'll cover the repairs. We'll figure that part out. I don't know, sell the fireworks or something, but we'll make it work. Feel a lot better, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep you updated if stuff happens, but as of now, the video's done. I swear, it's long enough already, but it's so freaking like, it's insane, man. I don't know. Comment down below. What do you think of the situation? Have you ever had something close to this? And unfortunately, I lost the reservation, which was about $200. Not a big deal. But we'll get it back, and we can get the car back now. We'll get to sell a few things, so that's awesome. But thank you guys for watching. This is freaking insane. I mean, I'm blown away how this whole thing's happened. This is probably the most, yeah, this is definitely the most fun I've ever had in my life, and I'm 29 years old. So it's been cool. That's enough excitement for a while, except on the drag strip. That's the only time I really want to feel this hyper anymore. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Peace.